Welcome to the Uh Ohs tutorial of how to play the Wild Rover. I'm going to be teaching you how to play the Wild Rover on the mandolin, and Stage is going to be playing the violin. And so for the Wild Rover, what the chords you'll need, we're going to be playing in the key of D. So you'll need to know the D chord, and the G chord, and the A chord, and of course again, the D chord. And I believe those are the only three chords you need to know for this key at least. And the strumming pattern is going to be this. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically that the whole time. There's a couple pauses and some claps that you might remember. And it's just a really fun, simple song with some fun words as well. So we're going to do the first verse and the chorus, and then Anastasia is going to explain a couple things about the violin. All right, so ready? I've been a wild rover for many a year, and I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with golden great store, and I promise to play the Wild Rover no more, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Right, so the audience and other band members usually do a little bit of the clapping, but as you can see the camera shaking, we're stopping here. So yes, so go ahead, take it away, Stasia, for the violin.
Okay, so the chords on the violin, guess what, are exactly the same. It's D, G, and A. And so if you're accompanying, you can pretty easily you can simply drone on those chords for the same length of time that he's playing his. You will have noticed that I did a couple scales up and down, but basically the key is when it's time for him to hit on the G chord, for example, I gotta get myself over to a G, somewhere on the violin to be in tune. Or you can kind of think of the chords that are kind of in the same family. So sometimes when he's playing an A, I can get away with playing an E because it'll sound good together. Yeah, and that's basically it. So for example, let's hit a D chord for me in that starting pattern. So that's good. Now let's do D to a G. Just like play the chords of the first line of the verse.
Okay.
And I'll demonstrate, if you didn't see it before, I'll demonstrate just going from a D, then doing like a little fancy scale to a G. So yeah, let's do that. Voila. It sounds pretty fancy. You add in some vibrato. Everyone thinks you're awesome. And that's pretty much all I'm doing. You want to keep it simple because you're not trying to distract and steal the show. If you want to steal the show, just play your own song. You know, right now you got to accompany and support what the main person is doing. Yeah, so that's the whole shebang.
And with a lot of Irish and Celtic music, sometimes you get your spotlight. So
right.
We take a break, we take a rest. Let's have the violin take a verse and go mad, go nuts. Yeah. And then the mandolin, some shredding can happen if you really got the gumption, go for it.
Yeah.
But wait your turn, let the song be the song. Really, it's about the audience and joining in and all singing along, having a good time together. That's what these songs are really about. But it's good to have a rest and hear some awesome fiddling, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, and I will try to do some singing and playing, what I'll do is when I sing and play at the same time, I just try to keep the violin really simple, unless I'm extremely familiar with the piece. It usually just works for me to just like drone on one note if I'm going to be singing a bunch of other notes. That's about all I personally can handle. I know other violinists can do more, but that's where I'm at. So.
Okay, should we just play the whole song?
Sure.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to play along and sing along. I've been a wild rover for many a year, and I've spent all me money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I promise to play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady the money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me, nay! Sure, a custom like yours I could get any day, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I took from my pocket 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes they lit up with delight. She said, I have whiskey and wines of the best, and the words that I spoke to her only in jest, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I'll go home to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they forgive me as oft times before, then I promise to play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Yay! Couple bands have played this song, like just a few, couple out there. The Pogues do an amazing version. Check them out. And all, yeah, it's a classic. If you go to an Irish or Scottish fest, like Scott Fest down in Tulsa, or any of the Highland Games, there's one in Chicago area, you'll probably be hearing this song for, once an hour on the hour from all sorts of different bands. It's just a classic. It's a great song. Why don't we exit on another little instrumental version of the rendition? The violin action.